Atlantic Boxing Television, Peter McGowan, Paulie Stivaletta, John Horrigan. Paulie, up at the Lewiston, Maine camp with Sonny Liston, Al Braverman, now Don King scout, he was up there, and I heard some story about Sonny Liston didn't want him, or he was the one who got him in. What happened there?
Well, we all started at the Holiday Inn in Dedham for the training camp for Sonny Liston. We used one of the buildings that Peter Canvas didn't finish. They had one whole floor, and so that's why Liston started his training camp in Dedham at the Holiday Inn, and then was moved up into Lewiston, Maine. So when they were getting ready to move to Lewiston, Maine for the last 10 days of that championship fight, there was being a lot of dispute going on and who they were going to get rid of, because Al Braverman he got in close with it because he was bringing in the sparring partners for Liston, and he wanted to be able to go up with Liston in the camp up to Lewiston, Maine, and there was a little bit discrepancy there whether they were going to let Al Braverman go, and so I was there, and Liston wanted me to go with him, and so I asked Liston if it would be all right that Al was involved, because Al and I got along well, and Al was a great guy anyway. And so I don't know whether I helped or not, but Al did end up going with us, and we drove together, Al and I, Al Braverman, to Lewiston, Maine, and back from Lewiston, Maine. We went to New York, and back from New York to Lewiston, Maine, all in one day. We did all this, and I remember Al Braverman back. I fought a lot of Al Braverman's fighters from New York, and I haven't seen Al Braverman for quite some time. But a guy that really knows the fight game. He's been around it all his life and made some great picks for fighters. And he's a good man to know in the fight game, especially when you're getting up there, when you're getting big time. You have to get a guy near like Al who can scout and put the words in the right people's ear to give a kid a chance. And what type of kid should get the chance? Is he qualified? Is he going to give the public a good showing? So all those are weighed into consideration, just not get anybody and just to throw him up in the ring. They want to get a fighter that's not only going to get an opportunity for himself, but to be able to give the public and the fight world a fighter that's going to give a great fight and a great opportunity for himself, fighting for the title. And that's just about what it winds up to be. Al Braverman working for Don King to find some great local fighters, and I think they might have one here tonight.
Peter McNeely, of course, it's not who you know, it's not what you know, it's who you know. Paulie Stivaletta here is the resident expert of Atlantic Boxing Television. John Horrigan's the director, and I'm just here to look good, I think. Nevertheless, Paulie, tomorrow night there's a fight. It's going to be Vinny Pazienza versus Roberto Duran. Roberto Duran coming in at 93-9. Is that too many fights?
Well, that's an awful lot of fights, but you got to remember one thing: there ain't too many Roberto Durants. There's a guy that comes out of boxing, retires, goes up to 220 pounds, gets down to 160 pounds, fights anybody, anytime, gives them the toughest fights they could ever have in their life, and he's dangerous all the time. I don't think you'll ever see another Roberto Duran in your lifetime that can do what he does and be able to give good fights. Of course, I'm for Pazienza. Pazienza's a tough kid. He's going to give Durant all Durant needs. But I tell you, again, from the past, Durant is unbelievable. He comes up with some unbelievable fights, and so it's hard to really predict it. I think time has taken a lot away from Durant, and I think the tough fights that he's had is taken away. But again, I must say that Pazienza is a tough boy, and he should be taking this fight from round one right on through it. But then again, I got to say, we're fighting a guy named Durant, and he's something that is a legend in boxing. He'll be a history in boxing forever, and tomorrow night will prove it again, one way or the other.
At the press conference, Roberto Duran is really getting under Vinny Pazienza's skin, and Pazienza's, he's just about at the end of his rope. He really is upset about this. Roberto Duran even wanted to take on Pazienza's father. But I think it's going to be a case of Pazienza, instead of duking it out and brawling with Duran, he's going to have to almost like not run away, but keep his distance like Sugar Ray did in the last fight against Duran.
Well, that's the great thing about Duran. You see, he's already got the old stuff in him. It goes to show you that he's going to come back maybe the same guy he was. When he gets his father going and goes after his father and gets the weigh-in all crazy, it goes to show you that he's already to fight. He's getting them all psyched out, getting them upset, emotionally upset, and that's the way he fights, and that's the way he likes it. He likes to get you riled up and tease you and get you angry and can't wait to get in the ring with you. And boy, psychologically, that does work. And not only that, that's the type of fighter he is. He's a little bit of not only a great fighter, I have to say, a little bit of an animal in there. And so when you're going in there, you got to carry your whip with you to keep that lion down. So Pat Sinner's got some heck of a fight for him. And no matter how long Pat Duran's been around, if he broke out with the interview like that, he's ready. He's not only ready mentally and psychologically, but he's going to be in there physically, giving hell all he can.
You know it. It's going to be a great one. Paul Stivaletta, Peter McGowan, John Horrigan. You're with Atlantic Boxing Television. We'll be right back.